Welcome back, Steve AZ 711 here. I'm putting up these metal panels and I wanted to show you how I'm doing that. I've decided to mark the panels first before I get on the roof. It makes it easier for me to find where the holes or the screws go, and I don't have to have a helper holding the chalk line and take a chance of two people sliding off the roof. These things are really slippery, especially when it's cold in the morning. As it warms up, seems like my knee pads want to grab them a little bit better, but I do my best to stay off them as much as possible. If you're going to get on them, you need to be walking or kneeling right in this area here, not on the ridge. So what I'm doing is up 3 inches from the edge, I'm putting screw holes, as you can see, on both sides of the rib on the edge, and then up this small lip here, which fits over the larger lip, I'm putting stitch screws about every foot.
Loss of service. Verizon Wireless.
Yeah, okay, we lost service, all right. And then one screw every so often in the field up here, and I'm spacing these 2 feet on center, and the stitch screws are 1 foot on center, and I go all the way up to the top. Now my roof is small on the one side, so I'm having to cut about 9 inches off of a panel. I'm doing it with 10 snips. It's a little hard on the hands, but it's not impossible to do. And I set these in about 2 inches. As you see, on the edges, you want to double up your screws over your ribs. And that's basically how I'm doing it. And I get my panels cut on the ground, get them drilled, and then I go and put them up. And let me show you what I've done so far. There you can see the progress so far. I've got the fascia board up. Let me go back to the panel again, because I want to show you something that I've discovered. And I only saw it when I looked at my roof from an angle. This is the fat lip here. And I'll get a piece of panel here that I cut off. And the short lip is, as you can see, fits over the fat lip like that. And then of course you run your stitch screws down it. Now what I found is when it fits over, if you don't have it tightened all the way down along the edge of it, anyway, along the edge here where the panel fits over, if you don't have it screwed down, it's going to stick up a little bit. And then when you see the roof from the side, it's going to cast a little shadow where it's sticking up, and you can go back and make sure you screw it down tight. In this picture of the roof, the middle of the top there's a looks like a gray streak, and then there at the bottom left another little gray streak. That is where the panel is not tightened down, and the shadow is giving it that effect. So with the panel tightened down, that goes away, and you just check it by looking from the side. I just noticed that I had a couple of them I was putting up, and I noticed like little gaps. I thought, what in the world? Anyway, that's something to keep in mind. So when you get it screwed down, get up there and look at it this way. Look at it this way and see that it's all nice and flush and neat. Now as far as the edges go and the roof overhang, my roof is not perfectly square, and I'm kind of just pulling my lines off the fascia board. I wanted an inch overhang, and I'm running anywhere from an inch to an inch and 5/8, I believe it is. But the panels are sort of sidestepping a little bit here and there. Well, today I'm going to show you how I put up my roofing panels, and do one here. This is the way I do it. I get it over the top of this fat lip seam here. This is a wide lip, and up here's a narrow lip. Wide lip always goes toward the prevailing winds, and my winds go this way, which are southwest. So going this way, and fat lip would go that way. What I do is a little unconventional. They say it usually holds right there. They say to put a butyl strip tape down. I'm using Novaflex silicone. It's the same color as the roof. It's supposed to be. And what I'll do is put a strip down like that. Okay. Then I take my inside closure and I position it about halfway there. And I put her down like this. Then I bring my panel up. Now, you want to make sure your panel doesn't push your outside closure down, out, push it out. By drilling the holes beforehand, I'm able to see the black closure beneath, and I'll be able to screw right through it. I don't have to guess where it is. I can see it through the holes. Let's see how much of an off step I'm going to have here. Okay, that was 1 3/4 inches. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's too much. Okay, right about there. About 1 3/4 inches there. Steve. And seems to always be a little less on this side because I'm having this overhang a little bit. It's been that way the whole roof. It's at a square bit. But nature of the beast, I guess. Okay. Now this seam right through here is the one I want to make sure is pulled up tight, because it will show from the ground as a dark line, a dark line. Okay, let's go here. Come on, screw. I don't think I got that much tight. I'm using a magnetic 1/4 inch bit here. Definitely helps hold the screws. These stitch screws are 7/8, I believe, or I think. I'm not sure. They might be 3/4. All these screws are self-threading. The long screws I'm using are 1.5 inches. Some people use 2 inch. Some people use 1 inch. I think I might be able to reach this next one from where I'm standing by having a screw hole, starter hole. It helps. That's a safety ladder extension. There's 2 of them in there. Fits over the top of your ladder. Safety harness rope. Tied it to a wall. And I really like this safety ladder extensions because you can walk straight off your ladder onto the roof. You don't have to go to the side. Try and keep at least 3 points on a ladder at all times. 2 feet, 1 hand. Match this rung with your roof. Here's the safety ladder extensions. They slide and lock, very simply done. I'll leave a link at the bottom of the video where you can order these. Like I said, I really do like them. And these don't work like they should. Okay, step right there. Go on up. Hook myself up. Hopefully. Yeah, okay. I like to work up this seam and then work at an angle over. And then go back and pick up the bottom. Just seems to work good for me that way. You don't want to over tighten your screws, you don't want to under tighten your screws. Checking that seam again. Looking good. Looking good. That way when the wind blows, it doesn't catch a seam. Long screw. Try and make your screw holes in the center of these flat spaces as much as you can in the center. Now on a guess a real windy area, you might want to go ahead and make these, space them every foot. I'm spacing these 2 feet. The big ones are going 2 feet in the field. You'll get a feeling for how much to tighten these down, and you can watch your washer. You over tighten a few of them, you'll know what over tightening means. That's close to being over tightened. I'll over tighten this one here. You can see it flare out the side there. Just back it off a little bit, and the washer pulls back underneath. It's cold out here in the morning. You get up on the roof and it's warm. Yeah, snapping a chalk line up here by myself would be a little difficult. Sun's at a bad angle. Here I can show you how the screws are looking in alignment. You can see the little metal pieces that come off when these self-tapping screws get through the panel. They say when you're done to get up here with a broom and brush it. You know, I might just do that if they're still up there after the next windstorm we have out here. Okay. Oh, better leave the drill up here. I gotta use it down below, and I want to be able to get to it. So we'll put it down here where I can reach it. Alrighty. Now, hope I don't have to come back and get it. I want to check my seam on the panel one more time. Okay, good. Now, there's my ladder extensions. What I do is just grab onto them like that. I don't need to drill with my hand. Ooh, didn't fall off. That's good. I turn around. Make sure you got your ladder extension. Step on that first step. And the edge of the roof. Then down to the next one. And like I said, this really makes getting on and off a roof easy. Alrighty then. So there's a panel. That's how I put up a panel. Check my seam. Does not look too bad. Looks pretty good. Okay, so you can see how my overhang, now I started with an inch here, and you can see it kind of almost looks straight all the way down. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.